because I've seen these kind of streams before that, I don't usually don't do these often. But you probably saw the title and the thumbnail of this. I would say, stream for the next, I'd say 15, 20 minutes, and all that good stuff. But before we get into it, if you guys are new, make sure you smash that like button. Also hit that subscribe button if you guys are new, and definitely share out the content. Every little bit helps to grow out the channel. And let's kind of get right into it. So basically, how I want this to start off is to kind of just talk things. Just kind of talk, shoot the shit a little bit. Um, because let's be real. I haven't really got a chance to do really, like I said, I haven't really got a chance to done these type of, I would say, streams. Yo, what up? What up? Kind of just sit down, just fire up a stream and just talk. You know, like no intros, no nothing, all that stuff. Um, but just kind of kind of see where I want to kind of give you guys kind of an update where this channel is going and stuff like that, and kind of address some things to get off my chest a little bit. Um, in the direction where the channel is going, we're still on the road to 1,000, which is crazy to believe that January 2023 is going to be marked 2 years since it marks the 2 year anniversary for the Philly Sports Pocket YouTube page. Um, and I, it's I can't really put it to say how much to thank all y'all who have subscribed to the page. Um, even though for those who I've watched my content that are not subscribed. Look, it's like and I said this many times too. You're all more than welcome to hit that red subscribe button. Because like I said, I try to me and my buddy Tyler, who is my other half of the Host podcast. We've we try to do a lot of try to do we're putting the hard work in to produce. We give you guys good content from the sports side of things or in the world of wrestling. So we got to give you that too. And yeah, I mean, I really can't be. Words cannot describe how many things I could say to the 843 people who have subscribed to the page. After some bumps in, I say more like some parts, bits and pieces. But what up, Mitch? What is good, my guy? But looking at everything, like I said, just kind of like I said, just sit down, just talk, kind of basically the way I can describe this is basically like kind of like a video diary, that kind of thing. But I don't know, and and there's a lot of times too, and and good tip by and shout out to the Hardcore Sports Network for having me and Tyler on too, which that's another thing in this time too. I say I'm going to give a huge. That's true. Mitch is one of the well. Mitch has his own sense of humor. Me and Mitch do. I've known Mitch some almost 2 years at this point on YouTube, and it's crazy. I mean, it's it's funny because I mean the fact that I think I'm also like stuck at something 30 something odd subscribers for the road of 40, which is crazy to believe of how much that time has gone by. Um, and especially help thanks to Mitch, who's been in the game longer than I have. Um, Hey, what? And what other the coach spotlight in the building? What is good? What is good? Like I said, for those who are just coming in or just seeing the stream, like an impromptu, just want to sit down and just talk, kind of get my thing, kind of say what's on my mind, kind of like a basically like be like a video diary to those who are watching. Another thing is too, the one thing I want to kind of get off my chest is the fact that I find it funny. Oh yeah, I appreciate that, Mitch. And now, Arku, this is on my YouTube. It's on YouTube, which I don't know if I've said this before. I think you might have said this a couple times. Like I've never done. This is I think what second or third time live doing like a mobile live stream. So that's why you may see like not like how like this fancy like the overlays that I have like I what like do on my computer. But I wanted to plan one of these live streams just kind of get my thoughts out, and give you guys, you know, the road to 1,000 and kind of what's coming towards the future. Know that it does, it does. That's for sure, Arku. That's for sure. But I'm not. There's a lot of stuff that I. Let's be real. I got a lot of good stuff planned into the works. Obviously, still doing try to do some citrus content. Definitely do some more Eagles games this year. Um, and I'll do a couple of any WWE watch parties. Here and there with my buddy Tyler. Who is also my have seen it before. But shout out to everybody that's in the chat though. Make sure you smash that like button. But like I said, I mean, it's been one crazy ride of the last year and a half, 2 years. Just because I feel like I couldn't have done without you know as many two people to name off Mitch, Coach Spotlight, McKee, Coach Dante, and many others. And had some special guests on the channel as well. And man, I appreciate it, man. I do appreciate it. But another thing too, I want to kind of talk about is the fact what I find very funny is, and trust me, I put out a lot of shorts, and I just put out one recently with Sandy Alcantara wins the 2022 at National League Cy Young. I find it funny when I looked at, you know, even though I have a tendency to not really say much, um, and it just really like I said, I told this people all the time, like I don't like the dislikes that I usually sometimes I'll get from time to time really doesn't bother me. But what I do find hilarious is like how salty some viewers can be, that are not subscribed because the way how I tend to report on things. I'm just saying what how the news is coming out. So I mean, like I said, my channel not me may not be for everybody, but I try to do what I can, and don't mind my hair a little bit. Still have to hopefully get a haircut by this weekend. Um, just kind of just really, like I said, really don't really mind much, but what I do find, uh, but yeah, I'll do a short in just a second because we just got some more updates. Justin Verlander is the American League Cy Young, so I got to put a short out just after the stream. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And like I said, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I have other plans in the works. There's going to be some more USFL play-by-plays. Definitely XFL play-by-plays, which this is going to be very interesting for this upcoming XFL season in 2023. There's going to be more Phillies play-by-plays. And there's going to be some college baseball at the same time as well. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff I had planned up in the works. Um, it's just going to take some time. See, and that's a very good point by Spotlight Raiders talk, Coach Spotlight. See, I'm the kind of person that I don't have a persona, which is funny. The fact that when a good moment happens, I mean, as a lifelong Philly sports fan, and which I have, but I have seen like many streams over the year and a half that I've been doing YouTube. You know, like I try to be like, and there's a lot. And like I said, I'm very unbiased when it comes to the play-by-play. So usually I call it right down the middle. You know, is to just be who I am. That's just who I am. And yeah, it may not be the most well, I won't say not most well liked, but it's funny because I mean, it's funny that I always get notifications of comments that I usually get on my older videos. It's like I'm thinking to myself, man, y'all must be living under a goddamn rock because I mean, watch back my older videos, man. I literally cringe at my at my older videos because of how poor the setup was in the background and stuff like that before I got the green screen. Um, and let's be real, green screen having a green screen is a lifesaver. Because I think to give a bit of a different, I think it's like a fresh look to how my setup is. Now, I'm going to try to get once I do get monetized. I'm definitely going to try to put more into equipment, kind of like get like a ring light and stuff like that. Um, yeah, absolutely. What up, Steve? Appreciate everybody coming through in the chat. At the same time, make sure you hit that like button. Like I said, just kind of just sit down, talk a little bit for about 10, 20 minutes. Like I said, not going to be long. Just kind of be real with you is basically what this stream's all about. And it's crazy. I would say it's not crazy, but I find this YouTube game kind of fun. Um, because a little, well, I'm putting a like, and like Coach Spotlight said in the chat, for those who are up on the up on want to become a content creator, and I can say this too from experience being, very early, almost 2 years into being a YouTube content creator. You know, it's not easy, when to first start out. For those who've seen my original videos, like kind of when I did my very introduction, the quote unquote first videos you'll see, um, I cringed at it. Um, that's great. It's like I still shake my head. It's like, man, I sounded so weird, you know, almost a year and a half ago, and and especially meet new people. Like I said, Coach Spotlight, Mitch, um, G, Coach Dante, just name a few because like I met so many other great people. Hell, even Mac the Giants fan. It's like it's amazing to how much see the different kind of friendships that I'm making throughout on this journey, especially with Mitch too, and kind of get my thing on Mitch. Like the fact that when me and Mitch first met, and I think this was like me and Mitch kind of talked about this too. We kind of reminisce the day that we met. That he kind of helped me to get where I am, and I learned a lot of few things. Um, yeah, know how to get better at getting better at editing videos and stuff like that. At first, when I first started making videos, I didn't know how to edit to what I am. I'll admit that that's one of my, but I managed to overcome those rookie mistakes, and it's where at to be. Like I mean, like I said, man, I just enjoy it for what it is. Just talking sports, doing play by plays, just um having this podcast too, which I don't know things still want to be real with. Um, and I should give it to shout out to my best friend Tyler, who I've known for over 11 years at this point, and still continue to grow with this friend. Sorry about that. But just me and Tyler, and for those who have seen who my buddy Tyler is, we've known each other for over 10 years at this point. We've a long time been best friends since our freshman year of high school, and he's someone who kind of got me into the podcasting game because at the time before I started YouTube and having a podcast, Steve, for those who got to know me, I do not plan on streaming the World Cup because let's be real, like I'm not a huge soccer guy. Like soccer's like the very my least thing to watch. Um, Most of the time is if it's either not football related, no matter if it's college, NFL, XFL, USFL, um, even baseball, which has pretty much been my number one thing to watch consistently. um, and whether it's the MLB, and at the collegiate level, which I will have a stream. I think we shall do plan up a stream, kind of breaking down the upcoming draft prospects for this 2023 MLB draft class. But oh yeah, no, it's a great question though. And for those who are huge hockey fans like Steve, me and Halftime did our very first Flyers game. Let's be real, it was kind of hard to keep up. So I mean, and we got some decent views out of it. But like I said, I mean, for me, I just don't really care about the views. Look, there are times I've hit. I mean, have you seen some streams that have like over 20,000, like 20. I think I had one stream third the NBA players at 23K views. I mean, look, I'm grateful for whoever stumbles across my channel. Whether it's just if you hit the like button, just hit that subscribe button. Whoever it is, like I said, I'm greatly appreciated for those who come around and kind of give me a chance. Now it's funny, like I said, going back to what I said about the comments earlier that I get on my older videos. Um, the fact that say people are telling me like how to speak better and stuff like that, which like I said, this kind of go back to what I said. That people still tend to live under a rock because people are just not seeing how my setup is. And the World Cup too. I mean, I'm definitely might watch the World Cup. We'll see. There's a good occasional instances where I would just watch the Premier League. which is surprising to say. Even though I'm not, like I said, not a huge soccer guy. Knowing that I would say, and this is the way I say it too. No, knowing that the men's national team is going to play in the World Cup, I don't know. Like I don't know if I ever. This is gonna be the first time I said this. Put this on record. I think we're going to have low expectations for the men's team because for some reason the last what many years for the men's national team has been very disappointing. Because usually it's always the women's national team is a lot better than the men's for the United States. That's just how I see it. But being along just being a huge sports fan and stuff like that, it's been kind of fun. Kind of talk about other sports, covering some other teams each in certain different weeks, especially for the NFL. Because this Sunday I have two NFL streams planned. Obviously the Eagles and Colts at 1 o'clock. Then you got the Chiefs and the Chargers at 8:20. So you guys don't want to miss that as well. Um, but it's just, but yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying, Steve. That the I very have low expectations for the World Cup. Like I, well, mostly for the men's national team, anyways. Because I mean, let's be real. I think Brazil's got. I think it's kind of going to get better and stuff like that. And that's just the way that I see it. I mean, but looking at everything else as a whole, but I just do feel like as a content creator, and I look back at some of my stuff too. It's just like how to get better each and every week. Watching different like other like VidIQ. Well, and that's true. And this is me too. Like, I still will root on for the women's national team because, like I said, I mean, even though the men's team is going to take on the Welsh national team, so we'll see how that goes. But shout out to the nine that's in the stream. Welcome everybody. Like I said, this is one of these streams which I'll try to do a daily occurrence. Obviously not like every single day, but every so often. Just kind of sit down and just be real. And kind of just talk what's going on. I mean, that's just how I would say. But oh damn. But yeah, I mean, I do appreciate that, Steve. I really do. Like I said, I mean, when people, I mean, when I get and I've been told like by some people like how much they enjoy my stuff. It's like it kind of gets me thinking, like I'm very grateful to at least have somewhat of a community or in a fan base that I'm kind of building up around. Um, Not just in the sports world, but working with other wrestling content creators. Like Earl Cole from the Hardcore Sports Network, maybe DJ Storms, another good guy that's going to try to work with. Like I said, I mean, most of the time you'll see like occasional videos here and there, mostly shorts for breaking news purposes. Um, and this Friday, you got two streams coming up as well. 2 o'clock is day 8 of MLB Free Agency. Because we're just kind of look at the MLB free agency as a whole, and you see who's going to which some of these free agents are going to go where. Like a guy like Trey Turner, Aaron Judge, who knows where he's going to end up. But I do think he's going to somehow resign with the Yankees after. Um, and look, and yeah, and that's another good point too. Like I've also been told, yeah, even though shorts doesn't really help with the watch hours, but what I find shorts very interesting. It's like I use it. I mean, I like it for just. No, I have not, Merrick. I've never. That name just has not really been heard. I would say, but looking at everything as a whole, though, but I just do feel like it's the way that I've kind of see. I mean, like I said, I mean, I enjoy it and shit. I mean, there's a couple times in the morning where I'm up at what 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Um, and there was times where I'm looking forward to watch the Premier League in the mornings because obviously you know that the UK is on a different time zone than here in the United States. Um, but some of the games that I have watched from the Premier League, is mostly Manchester United. I've seen a couple Chelsea games, some West Hampton, and all that the other Premier League teams. But most of the time, the Manchester United is for me. Is what I've been watching mostly when it comes to the teams of the Premier League. But like I said, man, it's been. like I said, it's been a crazy year and a half as a content creator. But like I said, the grind doesn't really stop. Um, but yeah, like I said, I probably might go on like another like 5 to 10 minutes. Like I said, I don't want to be on too long because I am at work at the moment. But but yeah, like I said, I do a lot of short. I mean, I do some shorts here and there, um, just to get the breaking news out there. Because let's be real, doing when I used to do those in almost like in depth video form, hasn't really done really well in terms of keeping the audience retention. Which that's another biggest key is try to keep your audience retention at least at somewhat high. You know, in terms of what you're producing out there. If for those who are going to be a content, it could be an upcoming content creator. Now, like I said, being an upcoming content creator has its challenges. You're definitely gonna get haters, that's for sure. When you do like live streams and stuff like that, you're gonna see like these weird like bots coming in. Oh, really? That's interesting. Like I said, like yeah, I don't follow soccer too much. Like I'll just watch it for just for the fun of it. I mean, like it's just yeah, but looking at like I said, I enjoyed watching, and there were times where I actually have caught a couple more than a few handful of Union games this year. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Because I mean, like I said, there's gonna be another live stream coming up as well Friday, 2 o'clock Eastern time, and um, I have talked about it too. And for those who, and I have a few shows as well. There's going to be instances where I might have like a late night show here and there, just throw that in the mix just to kind of fill out the content for that day. Which is also another good tip too for being upcoming content creator. Just try not to burn yourself out because you don't want to do that because that's the worst thing you want to do is burn yourself out, and that's the reason why. And there are times, yeah, that's why, and I've lost subscribers out of it. Sure, I mean it's going to happen, but in the end, it's got to keep the. I think Castellanos. I think he's more of a bench player. Is the way that I would see it. Ah, West Ham. Okay, I may respect to that. I don't. All I know is, you know, but yeah, but yeah. Sorry, just kind of going with my soda choices, Mountain Dew, which has always been my go-to for years. Well, if you're gonna go back further, I mean, I'm going to show my age a little bit. Um, I remember the days. Who remembers Vault Soda back in the days? At the same time, but like I said, I mean, it's kind of fun if you really truly look at it. Um, it's like times have it's crazy has how much time has gone on, especially being like I said, being the content creator for the last. I don't think there's an East Ham team. Not that I think of. None of the Premier League. Well, Sean, well, I've seen that they're going to try to give Reese a contract, which I don't think. I think just knowing that Hoskins does have an arbitration year coming up for this season, but he won't be like a full free agent until by I think between 30 31, give or take, where he's at this point of his career. But we'll see. I mean, I do like to get the Yoshida, definitely Trey Turner or second best option, which I have, kind of keep telling people to do not kind of kind of like discredit Xander Bogaerts, yeah, because I know Bogaerts is a little bit on the older side when it comes to the shortstop class. But I've said this too, like the people have to realize too. Oh damn, yeah, well, but like I said, I mean Xander Bogaerts, like say we don't miss out on Trey Turner. So I know there's gonna be some Phillies fans out there gonna be pissed, but you have to realize too, like we cannot be greedy. And yes, I know we don't have that much money to spend. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the reason why we might be moving to slot to second base in order to either get like a Turner or Bogarts. But like I said, I make the argument. You can make the argument that yes, Turner has the stolen base component, but you have to really look at the other aspects too. That Bogarts has much better numbers both offensively and defensively than Trey Turner. Now, I'm not taking it away from Turner, even though he did kind of fell short of being a finalist with the Gold Glove, but that's besides the point. But I just do feel like Bogarts could not be another bad option. And like I said, I'm waiting to see what the Phillies are going to do, which I do think. And my buddy Jeff too. Another a Mets fan who I'm very good friends with, and is a very cool Giants fan. We kind of talked about this on a couple streams too. Like mostly like the bigger names, got like a Turner, Judge. I mean, we saw Rizzo kind of get off the market or sign. Um, Dansby Swanson would not be another bad option too, but I do feel like he's going to find. Uh, that's a very good question though. Do you think? Because if I'm Dansby Swanson, had a really good career year with the Braves, because I've seen how the Braves were operating, especially given like well, low long term deals to guys like Strider, Michael Harris, Acuna, Ozzy Albies. Who am I missing? I think they locked up Vaughn Grissom too at the same time. But you have to put that into consideration too. Like I think like I said, and I've said this too. In baseball, sometimes the money sometimes talking to get in the major leagues. Yeah, what up, Jamar? What up? What up? Like I said, money talks in the MLB. Um, now I do feel like Tennessee going to find a way to resign with Atlanta, but I don't know if he's going to willing to take the hometown discount after the kind of year he's had and be a very productive shortstop for them. But we'll see. I mean, we got what 4 or 5 good years out of Dansby Swanson before his game starts to decline. Man, I could be wrong. Maybe 6 good years, but looking at it, That's a very good thing to really think about Nancy Swanson to really think about because knowing that the Braves and the fact that and where this is where I find very stupid is these damn yeah. See, that's one thing is too. I mean, that's cool. Like, St. Creamer. I would not mind having him keeping on the roster because I think he could be another solid arm out of the bullpen, but he's got to stay healthy. But when he's healthy, from what the last couple of years we've seen when he's healthy, um, yeah, I mean, I think he could be a very useful weapon out of that bullpen. Um, well, Arku, I don't think that's going to happen, knowing that Cleveland's going to do anything in their power to not to let a guy like Shane Bieber walk. Please, yeah, absolutely, please do hit that subscribe button towards the Hardcore Sports Network. At the same time, we are two away, and also shout out to that with another good group of people working with Earl, Mitch, AK, you know, absolutely because we got a lot of stuff planned up in the works. Some of that are just shows, some play-by-plays here and there. Um, and shout out to and and I've worked with Philly Halftime, another good content creator he's on the upcome up. I mean it's been fun. Like I said, I mean with the free agency, it's gonna be very interesting. Going to like the later stages of the free agency. Before we get to the winter meetings and all the stuff like stuff like that. And I just kind of feel like it's very fun to watch like who's going to go where. We saw that Rizzo re-signed. I think yesterday. I would say for those who have not seen my short, which appreciate everybody that's seen supported that short. Because like I said, man, shorts is a one way to do it to get the news out there. Because the way that I see it, hang on. Like I said, the one thing that I see it with shorts is yes, especially for me. Anyways, what I find interesting, what I like about shorts is, ooh, you know what? I think that'd be possible. Wow, Brazil beating Portugal. Yeah, I mean, after God, what's it, 2014, 2015? And for those kind of know about me, and I don't want to, explain, I do have, kind of explain how my family is. I mean, I don't have a big family, but kind of give like a little bit of my ancestral background. I do have German on my grandmother's side, which in tendency at times I do want to root for the German team, the German national team, because obviously that's my from my great grandmother when she came over from Germany. Also, we got Steve G going his put money on France. because knowing that Germany, for the love of God, was I think it was like 2013 or 2014. I couldn't remember. Um, God, Brazil just completely shit the bed against the against Germany in the World Cup. I think it was I think it was the World Cup. No, it wasn't. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, majority of the time, yes, I'm gonna root for the U.S. But for me, like for me, but a good portion of me wants to root for my part of my ancestry that gets traced back to Germany, and which is crazy. And yeah, and it's true. I do have I have some part German in my family, which runs in my family. Yeah, that's a little. But yeah, but the way that I see it, like I said, I'm gonna start doing these more often. Kind of just and trying to add some in there. While sitting here at work, ain't doing jack shit basically. Um, but like I said, shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Um, shout out to Steve G, Sean, Merrick. Shout out to Coach Spotlight was in the chat too. RQ, Mitch. Shout out to everybody. Um, like I said, man, it's been. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, trust me. Sometimes the Fox broadcasters, and I've said this too, even in baseball too. During the postseason, sometimes the Fox broadcasters are such dick writers. That's the way that I would put it. Even though I know that's a weird way of saying it, but it's kind of true, especially your Johnson. I mean, kind of putting the fact that you're jealous that I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm not poking fun of the Braves, even though they did fall short, but I do feel like they're going to find a way to get back there. I mean, it's the Atlanta Braves. Like the Braves are going to find a way to get back there one way or the other. Now, I will say this too. Ugh, damn. But and which is now shocking to say. Now, like I said, I mean, yeah, what up, Greg and John? I even talked to Key about this too in the our group chat. That the Flyers still starting to stink now, which was there any doubt like they were gonna like? And that's the thing with like with Philly sports though, is they always will find a way to be good and somehow suck you in, but there's gonna be a stretch where they're gonna start kind of fail, and that's kind of what the Flyers has kind of been in. I mean, ESPN has not been the same either the last what five, almost over and over a decade. But without it, but like I said, man, ESPN they got a bunch of dick writers. So does Fox. Um, well, I mean, to some extent, I mean, I like Tony Romo, and especially for NFL football. I do like Tony Romo in the broadcast booth. Because I feel like he's just one of those guys that it's hard to not to ignore him because yes, I know he's a Dallas Cowboy. I mean, especially as being an Eagles fan, but if you look at his broadcasting standpoint, he's it's like his second niche. Oh yeah, get out of here. But yeah, um, but yeah, like I said, man, it's been quite a ride as a content creator, just in the sports world in general. I mean, shit in the NFL. I mean, we got the Jets have the potential to take first place in the AFC East, which is shocking. Uh, no, I mean we just seen teams you would never expect to be the only on the come up. Like I said, with the Jets. Now, granted, yes, I mean Zach Wilson has a little bit of question marks, but I mean they got some good pieces around. The Herbstreit's pretty good too. Yeah, yeah, Steve, I agree with that 100%, 100%. But like I said, man, it's been like I said, I just a lot of times some of these broadcasters has to learn how to stop dick writing and showing bias to a lot of things. I mean, perfect example is Smoltz for the Atlanta Braves, obviously being a former Atlanta Brave himself. Especially during the postseason, knowing that you could definitely tell there was some jealousy there that his Braves were not in the at this, especially in the World Series. Let's be real, I'd never had the Phillies in the World Series to begin with because if you looked at this roster on paper, I didn't even think we were getting out, making out the division series. My buddy Tyler, on the other hand, we actually discussed about this a couple times. The fact that it's funny that how the Phillies overachieved so much to the point that the fact that they ran steamrolled through, well, I mean, not say steamrolled, but kind of fight their way to the World Series. Look, at the end of the day, the way that I see that said, look, I still find that as a win. The fact that we made it under a guy like Rob Thompson, though, oh yeah, no, absolutely, it's absolutely, Sean. That's kind of the way that I see it. That's what I do, at times. But depending on who you have on I mean, the CBS broadcast, even though the Thursday night games has been kind of horrendous the last what since well Amazon since they've been doing it on Amazon Prime. Shit, good lord. I mean, obviously now we get the Titans and Packers this Thursday night. Not looking forward to that one. Um, but it's just I don't know. But I mean, I do feel like now it's just like and look, it's been pretty good. I'm shocked to see how good some teams have just been turned it around. Like I said, with the Jets, and Jets have been. I mean, for as long as can remember, haven't been for so long. Well, except for that one year when they still had that. I mean, I thought Rich Ryan was one of the only better head coaches that they had. But the fact that they're oh yeah, and Greg and John, yeah, Steve G is also is a big hockey guy. Yeah, so I mean that's kind of where we leave it at that. But like I said, man, it's been kind of fun. Like I said, kind of going back to kind of going right now on the back end. Like I said, I'm not gonna be here for too much longer. But I do have I have my morning. I think my afternoon show, but I might move it do a morning show. This coming Friday morning. So you guys don't want to miss that. Make sure you at the same time. And it's just really looking at it because like I said, I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Because you guys don't want to miss that. Because like I said, I do enjoy shows like that. About the morning show, an afternoon show from time to time. Because most of the time, for those who don't kind of know about me, I hate being a morning person. But knowing that in certain days, when if I wanted to get something done, get like a morning show in, I usually do it for every so often. But and then there are times I'll throw it like a random gaming stream in there, no matter what it is. There's like Fall Guys, Elevated Show, and other games that have them on PS4, which I have streamed before. And um, Buffalo at Ottawa, I'm going to say Ottawa because of Claude Giroux, because that's where I'm going to take the Ottawa for the win. Um, that's who I would predict to. And not just that too. I mean, I'm going to try to, and I've streamed some the God of War remake or remaster. I have not played the Ragnarok, so that's going to be a while. But yeah, like I said, I got a lot of stuff coming in other shows. They play by play, some shorts, live streams like these, or gaming streams. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff planned going for 2023 and beyond. Because like I said, the Murder 1000 continues. Um, yeah, like I said, I appreciate everybody that's coming in. If you guys are new, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that ring that notification bell so you guys will not miss any of the new upcoming content to the channel. And yeah, I'll give where credit's due, even though I don't like the Boston Bruins. They're one of the other rivals for the Flyers. I'm gonna give them where credit's due. Same with the New Jersey Devils. Who would have thought the New Jersey Devils would be very good in the Metropolitan Division? But that's kind of how I would see it. But all that out of the way, though. With that being said, though, I appreciate everybody coming through. And yeah, the Golden Knights, though, my goodness. I mean, especially when the Golden Knights played against the Buffalo Sabres. The fact, oh, Jack Eichel did not. Um, but yeah, but with that being said, though, this is Robert from the Philly Sports Talk Podcast. I'll see you guys on the next one.